Most leadership courses say, congratulations on your promotion. But the reality is more like this. Congratulations. Starting Monday, everyone expects you to know exactly what you're doing. And that pressure is real. Almost overnight, you feel responsible for your team's performance, deadlines, budgets, your boss's expectations, stakeholders, and conflict. And somehow, your own work still has to get done. But here's the thing. If leadership feels harder than you expected, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that your role has changed. Leadership isn't just about more responsibility. It's a completely different job. Think about why you were promoted. You probably earned a reputation for being dependable. You solved difficult problems, and people trusted your judgment. When something went wrong, you stepped in and fixed it. But here's the challenge. The skills that made you successful as a technical contributor are not the same skills that will make you successful as a leader. Before your promotion, success was measured by what you accomplished. But now, success is measured by what your team accomplishes. You can use the promotion paradox rule to remember this transition. The skills that earned your promotion aren't the same skills that will sustain your success as a leader. Your technical expertise earned trust, but your ability to lead people will determine your impact. One of the biggest mistakes that new technical leaders make is trying to keep doing their old job while taking on their new one. You continue reviewing everything, you answer every question, you solve every technical problem, and you approve every decision. At first, it feels like you're helping, but over time, something happens, and your team starts waiting on you. They wait for your opinion, they wait for your approval. They wait for you to make the decision. And without realizing it, you've become the bottleneck. Here's the shift that you need to make as a leader. Your value is no longer measured by how many problems that you solve. Your value is measured by how effectively you help others solve problems. You can use the impact shift framework to evaluate your role. An individual contributor's value comes from the problems that they solve. But a leader's value comes from the problems that their team can solve because of their leadership. Your goal is to build a team capable of finding answers. When you're used to being the person who fixes things, stepping back can feel uncomfortable. You might think, am I still adding value if I'm not solving the problem? The answer is yes. Leadership does not mean stepping away and leaving people on their own. Great leaders provide direction. They set guardrails. They clarify expectations. They ask questions. They coach people through challenges. But they also create the space for others to build confidence and capability. You can use the capability principle to guide this transition. A leader's job is not to create dependency. A leader's job is to build capability. The goal is not for your team to come to you for every answer. The goal is for your team to become stronger because of your leadership. A question that I often get asked by new leaders is, how do I reduce the pressure that I feel as a new leader? Start by recognizing that you don't have to personally carry everything. Before you automatically take on another task, stop and ask yourself, is this something that only I can do? Or is this something that I'm choosing to hold on to? This simple question helps you separate leadership responsibilities from tasks that you're holding on to because they feel familiar. You can use the leadership ownership method when you're deciding what you should own and what you should delegate. First is own. These are things that require your leadership. For instance, setting direction, making difficult decisions, removing obstacles, creating alignment. Second is develop. These are things that someone else can learn with your support. For instance, solving technical problems, leading discussions, making recommendations, taking ownership of work streams. Your role is not to do everything. Your role is to make sure that the right things are getting done by the right people. The hardest part of leadership is not learning how to do more. It's learning how to create the most impact through others. I'd love to hear from you. What's been the biggest surprise since becoming a leader? Was it the increased responsibility, the people challenges, or the difficulty of letting go of being the expert? In the next lesson, we'll discuss another challenge that many new leaders face: having the confidence to step forward and lead. If this video helped you out, hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one.